everyone, it's Ross here and welcome back to the den. So it's been a few weeks since I made a little video and I figured I might as well show off what I've been working on. As you can see behind me, I now have white painted walls and the red brick. That's the theme I wanted to go with my studio slash office. Kind of Canadian, isn't it? At the same time, it kind of blends in with the logo I made. Now it's not done yet. You can see I still got bits of foam sticking out. Little cosmetic things like that I'll do later. These past few weeks I just wanted to get in here, get things started, and I'll do up the cosmetic necessities later. I just want to get the bulk of the paint done while things were still warm in here so I can easily get the painted and dry, because let's face it, you don't want cold weather coming in the window during the night when you're trying to get this place to air out and get things dried quicker. The walls and ceiling are pretty much done. There's a few spots I do need to touch up, but beyond that, the main focus now is getting the brickwork painted up. I still got to go through and paint in all the what do you call it? The motor mix between the cinder blocks. But I'll tell you though, it's a lot brighter in here now compared to the old default cinder block gray and this dark blue navy paint. And but yeah, this is what I've pretty much been doing in my spare time amongst other life things. Now, I want to move forward and show you what I did up in the train room next. I did a bit of work in there. I wanted to get the timber I wanted last week, but because of rising costs of timber, the purchase didn't go through. I just said nope. I mean, 12 2x4s, or sorry, one 2x4x8 is now almost $10 after tax, so 12 of those is 120 bucks. Can you believe that? It used to be $6 there a couple months ago. So at any rate, I'll show you what I've been up to. Not much has been done, but it's a bit of a life improvement in there. Now over here in front of me is the first little 4x4 table. In my last video I showed off that I had the top done, but I realized the length was wrong. So I ended up making it a 2x5, and that was still wrong because I needed to fit a 4x4 section in here. So now it's down to the proper length of 2x4. I've got the legs on it, and this piece is all set to go. Now speaking of the 4x4 section that's going to go in here, I'm going to have to draw up how I'm going to do it, because this will be not only the helix, but at the same time I realized if I ever have to take it out, I need to fit through that door. So this 4x4 section is now going to be two 2x4 sections. Yeah, funny how that is. So, and from earlier, I mentioned the cost of the price of 2x4x8s now. It's made me question, how am I going to do this? Because I got 3 spare ones here I could put into that, but I still want to get 12 to be on the safe side, because I'm going to need about, well, let's see, 3 sections over there at about 6 feet tall, which would be one of these. Roughly 6 feet, I should say, sorry. And then you're going to have, because I went back to my original first design, so I put shelving underneath, you need about what? About one of these in that corner. And then it comes to the 4x4 section, because I want to make some of these to help hold up the back end too, right? Or the main top piece that's going to go in there. But at the same time, I'll be using bolts and nuts to make the helix elevation platforms, or whatever you want to call them. But for this section here, I'm going to need about, let's see, roughly, well, I want to play it like really safe too. I could go just one in this corner, one in this corner for that section, and one and one here. But then I still have to fasten it in the middle securely for that top piece, or top pieces, sorry. So I figured, okay, I might as well just go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 6-foot tall sections, right? And then make my mounting support for the legs underneath for the wheels and whatever else. So that there alone is 8 2x4s at this height alone, and then about another 3 for that table. So that puts us at what? 11. So there's 11 out of 12 2x4s already cut up and used. So that leaves me with one 2x4x8 to make 133 or 36-inch leg for that table that would sit over there. And then whatever's left to make the braces underneath. So I would still have these 3 2x4x8s left. So really, that's that already there pretty much exceeds how I was going to use those 12 2x4x8s in the first place. So what's going to happen here after mortgage this month, I'm going to go and purchase 12 2x4x8s so I have them and they're out of the way, because the price for those seem to keep steadily increasing every month or two. At least here in Atlantic Canada anyway. Could even be a tax creep up. I'm not sure. I didn't fully go into it. Because the plywood, the price on it hasn't changed much. And the strapping itself, it's gone up a little bit, but not as bad as the 2x4x8s. So I'm hoping now, in November, because this is all coming out of my own pocket, right? I'm not asking for support or anything to make this large labyrinth design. So at the end of this month, I'm going to get those 2x4x8s, and starting next month, I'll get the plywood and the strapping in one go the following week after the paycheck comes in. But after that, it's just going to be, let's see, the wheels and the leg adjuster pieces there. I forget what the proper name is. I'll be ordering a batch of those, whatever you pay. But I also have car insurance coming in too, and I gotta put away for that. So that's, more life issues to deal with. As much as I love to do with hobbies, and we all do, we all gotta remember too that life, the important things in life that our country needs us to have, needs to come first. So, and there's one more thing I wanted to show here. So you can see here, I've got the first 2 tables I made and put them back to the original first design I wanted to go with. That was a fun evening. The wheels are no longer held with bolts and nuts and washers. They're screws. I believe I used number 10 1-inch screws. So that's the only way I can keep them spaced out properly without having to go too inward and making it tipsy. As for the leg adjuster screws, I can put a batch on the outside here. I don't want to put them up here because that's just really overstretching it. I'll put them on the outside corners here, and then on the inside corners for the other ones, because that's the only way I can be able to reach them without having to go in between the wall and scraping my knuckles on the cinder blocks. But that's that design change. However, the ones over on this side, this section here, which I split into 2 to get around the support pole there, jack post, sorry, that's the word I'm looking for, jack post, I decided for purposes of saving and cutting up more lumber, I left these alone. They're small and narrow anyways, and I'll probably end up just putting a piece in between the legs, just so I can do the shelving idea still. And however, at the same time, these inside 2x4s, if it really comes down to it, I may end up taking some of them out and using them in the addition of the 4x4 table if need be. Because even the ones on the left, same thing here. I can take this one out and this one out on both ends and reuse them. It wouldn't be too much work. I just got to take these screws out here and the ones up top, and that would be it. Alright folks, so that's everything that I've been up to this month. I hope you enjoyed the video, my little progress along here. I've been working on stuff. Yeah, it's going to be really, really slow going in the winter time.
But hey, I'm getting there. I'm really getting there. And I just realized my truck's safety doesn't expire next month. It's December. So I got that going for me to get a few extra supplies that I might need. So thanks for watching, and keep safe out there in these COVID crazy times. Bye now.